Well, welcome back to the party, everybody. Welcome to the Caffeinated Cryptid, formerly known as the Bobby Dizzle podcast. Thanks for everyone for being patient. We had the standard Friday night audio issues. Everybody had to do full reboots the way God intended. And if I'm at all staticky, please let me know on the chat bot there. But before we get started, invite everybody to check out bobbydizzle.com. Please subscribe. Please share. Tonight we have a very special guest, Pat McCray, South Carolina. Robin McCray's husband, world famous Robin McCray. Speaker to the Sasquatch extraordinaire. Can't wait to talk to Pat. We've been chatting back and forth, getting our audio all fixed. So without further ado, here is Pat. Wait, I forgot to say, hope everybody got their coffee. I've been trying to add a coffee segment in here. Hope everybody got their coffee. Because this is the Caffeinated Cryptid, your caffeinated adventure through all things cryptid. Caffeinated adventures, all things cryptid and paranormal. I'll get that right one of these days. Without further ado, here is. What's up, Pat? How are we sounding? How are we feeling?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah, we've had the standard Hey, that looks kind of cool. We've had the standard Friday night audio problems that we always have. Still waiting on a possible sighting of Wild Trees, the biologist. And I'm still trying to get my headset right, which is all. It's all fun. This is free for everyone. So we'll start off the last conversation we had, Pat. You sent me a picture of a 12-footer in the woods behind your house.
Yeah, I was, before that, I took it. Robin was out on the porch.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me that there was a lot of activity out there. So I went out, and I have a night camera on my phone. I accidentally left the light on because it kind of defeats the purpose of a night camera if you have the light on. So I took it and I said, dang, I had the light on. So I went back out, but before I opened the door, you learn because... Okay, I set everything up. I opened the door, and then I turned, and then I took I think 2 pictures. And he's about 12 foot tall, and I couldn't believe I got that picture. I mean, I think it's because of maybe the night camera, but you know, I got another one recently. My Great Pyrenees. I was on the deck out back, and she was like, she'll go to the fence, and it looked like she was looking at something. So I said, well, I'll click a picture, and boom, and there he was. Got a picture of a Bigfoot.
Like a 30-foot tall
walking
gorilla.
off. What's that?
It looked like a 30-foot tall gorilla. That thing was huge. The angle it was at.
It's pretty. He's pretty big. Yeah.
That's just wild. They get that close to your house. You'd think after knowing them, they let you get a better shot just to have a. You know, it's all frustrating with the Sasquatch pictures, how they're never 100% clear.
Yeah.
It always kills me.
That kind of reminds me of. I was going to say that reminds me of. You know how like Clark Kent is never recognized as Superman.
Yeah.
I read it in some comic book. It's explained that whenever someone takes a picture of Clark Kent, he like vibrates his whole body really fast so that he comes out blurry, and so nobody recognizes him as Superman.
Wild Trees, the biologist. Everyone, Pat, meet Wild Trees.
Hey, Pat, nice to meet you.
For the year.
Nice to meet you. Interesting thing about your vibration. Now, think of this. Okay, a Bigfoot can raise their vibration. Now, if your vibration is quicker than the other person, then the one with a higher vibration, it's going to look like the other person. I'm just theorizing now. It's going to look like the lower vibration person is frozen in time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I mean, it's logical. I mean, think about it.
Well, yeah, I've thought about that a lot. I actually think a lot of paranormal entities function that way, and I've heard other people talk about that as well. So I think some ETs probably do it. I think some poltergeists are probably just animals. But yeah, I think that's what they're doing. I think just like you describe it, basically, these animals are moving at a normal speed, but to us, but to them, we're moving at slow motion, and that gives them a lot of power. Obviously over us if we're moving at a slow pace and they're moving at a fast pace. This can be seen in a lot of movies. If you ever watch like there's some movies like some of the X-Men movies that have Quicksilver in it. Quicksilver is a character that could move really fast. Those movies do a really good job of emphasizing how that works. Also, I think Sonic the Hedgehog, in some of his movies, he does the same thing, basically. Just a visual representation of what we're talking about. However, I do think some animals do that, actually.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Wasn't ready for
exactly.
that reference. Sheldon Cooper did it one time.
Oh, okay.
Sheldon Cooper ran out to the Painted Desert and back. Damn you, Leonard Hofstadter. Yeah, it's fascinating because I know Robin sent me a picture of it was a clear picture as far as Sasquatch pictures go, and they had the red eyes in it in the bushes. I know you've seen it. It's so frustrating because I want it just like God, just 10 seconds. My kingdom for 10 seconds, man. It's good video. It's all we want.
It's interesting. Are the Bigfoot that you deal with, are they aggressive, or are they friendly, or are they indifferent? What is your attitude?
I've never had any issues whatsoever. I've seen I saw two in Michigan. The one in Michigan, it was a youngster, jumped across the road with one leap. Another one was to Michigan, and I was in a van, and we both connected eyes. And as I looked at him, I didn't take my eyes off him. He disappeared like in the thin air. It was incredible. I mean, it's like it's almost like they use this thing, to make us crazy. We're crazy. I just saw something disappear. But and then I've seen. We had one at the house here. He was totally transparent. Like he was looking at me through the window. I could see right through him. I could see his eyeballs. He had really big eyes, eyeballs. And funny, he had whites in his eyes. So, Charleston. Then I saw there was another. We stayed at a Motel 6 in Charleston. There was like a woodsy area in back, and there's a fence, and he was behind the fence. I saw his silhouette in the moonlight, and he was big. Then I moved over. I saw his whole face glisten in the moonlight. I wasn't scared or anything. I just looked, and I think a lot of times what will happen is if somebody encounters a Bigfoot, they can instill fear into you, project it. And that's, what a lot of them do to get people out of their area. I saw someone in Branchville, and recently I was going to work one morning, and this will prove that. I mean, they're non-aggressive. They're not out to, kill the entire human race.
Mm-hmm.
There are bad ones and there are good ones. So, I was going to work and I saw a youngster and he put his hands up in front of his face. His body was like, it was like the predator type thing. It was his color, but like a predator type thing. And
he was doing the cloaking thing.
pretty
They do.
Yeah, they do that.
Mm-hmm.
They could actually, with the one out with my Great Pyrenees that one night, he was like standing right in front of me. And it is an absolute perfect cloak. They could be right next to you and you'll never notice. But with me, I think if they come close to you, and which they have, it'll be like a silence. That means they're close to you. That's the only thing I can think of, because I've had them really close to me, and it's like, maybe you're enveloped in their vibrational pattern when they do that.
Now you're saying you saw them in Charleston. What's the most urban area you've ever seen them in? Is that it? Beside the,
What's
just in the
that?
hotel district? The most urban area you've seen you've seen them?
Yeah, as an
populated, most populated.
Ashley CrossFit is the Motel 6 right by the Waffle House.
That's wild.
And there's a fence back there, and I heard banging and stuff back there. I don't. It was wood, so I have no idea who was back there. And
I wonder if there's a
dog one night, and there he was.
I wonder if, because I've read some accounts of some urban Bigfoot showing up in Ohio back in the 70s, but I wonder if there was that one you're mentioning. I wonder if there was woods you mentioned. I almost want to look it up on Google Maps while we're talking, but I wonder if there was a water corridor there, like a stream or a river or a creek, because wildlife, it's been known for a long time now. Conservation biologists know this. Wildlife, they use water as a corridor, as a highway to travel. So it wouldn't be like, for instance, like coyotes. You could see coyotes in places you wouldn't expect to see them, or pumas or cougars, because they start off in the woods. They just follow the stream, and the stream eventually ends up in the back of someone's yard in a subdivision. Mm-hmm. So I'm just wondering if that area had a creek or some kind of water connected to it.
No, but basically, these guys, the Bigfoot, they're people. I believe they're a lot smarter than us. They are. It's obvious. And they have a culture. They want to be recognized. And they're not out to, hurt anybody.
That seems to be a big common thread amongst experiencers, is that they look a lot like people, or they are people. They don't get the vibe from them.
They've got different abilities and stuff like that. Some of them do, some of them don't. It just depends on if their parents teach them the way of the abilities. Some of them don't. Some clans don't use that. Other clans do. This is like, they've got the cloaking and other things that they can portal and stuff like that. I communicate with them and stuff like that. But the thing is that what people don't realize is, they're not going to give away the fort and, give away like a trade secret type thing. I mean, they're not going to do it. And they're just going to, they communicate, but they're careful. You got to understand that Bigfoot are ultra secretive. They are. I mean, and sometimes when you talk to them through telepathy, some of them will give you circle talk. And the circle talk is they don't want you to know what they're talking about. Or they'll talk in their native language. That way you won't know what they're talking about.
Have you heard them do the Sierra sounds just at your place? Have you heard them do the Sierra sounds at your place, the native language? Wah, 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 wah.
No, I've heard coming out of the house and there's somebody on the side of the house. The big thing here is the side of our house by the garage. I don't know what it is. I think there's a portal over there. And there is a trail coming back there all the way out front and then to our bedroom window. And we've had, I think the picture I sent you, Robin woke up one night and she noticed that the window, you have your moonlight, right? And you notice it was totally black. And so she kind of got up and then he was bent over quite a bit and looking in the window, smiling at her. So I come back, I think I got out of bed a minute and yeah, that's it. Got out of bed.
I'm sharing it on the screen for all those.
It's your turn to watch them. I didn't even know what she was talking about until she said, "Oh yeah, he was here." And what he did was he just stepped to the side, and I didn't see him. But that's him right there, who was in the window. He's a lot bigger now.
Let me ask you this about this picture. Is there a hill back there or something?
No, actually, you know what it is?
It's hard because my eyes don't like what I'm looking at.
Let me tell you what it is.
Okay.
I am hanging out my front door. I am on a porch. Okay? Looking over that way, you've got the garage on your right. That's the big area. And then past the garage, there are all these trees and bushes and stuff that are up. And he was on the other side of those, in the other person's yard. You can actually see his facial features, his breastplates. I mean, I have never seen a picture like this ever. It's just like,
yeah,
it's not
a bad picture.
No kidding. I mean, if you look at the scope of it, he's at least 12 or 13 feet tall. He is big.
Yeah, I asked you if, well, maybe I thought about asking you. I think you sent this while I was driving, but I'd like to see a picture of that right there, that same thing without him there, just to see how tall it looks compared to the rest of that. Can you hear me? You still there, Wild Trees?
I can hear you, Bobby.
I got scared there for a second. Folded inside out. Yeah, Pat's connection is sometimes spotty. You never know. You know how the internet is. You of all people.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of wild. I'd like to see a picture of the. I'd like to see this pic. Can you see it? I don't know if you're on your phone audio
Mhm.
only or not.
No, I can
Yeah,
see it. Yep.
that one right there is wild. It's like it doesn't look like a tree. Oh, he came back.
What do you mean,
Buffered.
tree?
No, it doesn't look. I mean, it doesn't look like a tree. Like it looks like something's there. Like some stuff, they try
The
to talk
thing
it away
is,
and
he's
debunk it. But yeah,
partially cloaked. If you,
Mhm.
I blew it up. There's a tree in the background, and you can see through him and see the tree in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a little app on my phone where I can blow it up to like 3,000-4,000%,
Mm-hmm.
and you can actually see the tree in the behind him through his body. Pretty wild.
Mm-hmm. What's crazy is the trees around it look like big old marijuana bushes.
You want me to send you that one?
Yeah, you can. We love
me
visual
see.
aids here on the old podcast. Like this is pretty good. Wish I could find the one.
Afraid I'll lose you if I do.
Oh, you'll come back.
Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Hold on.
I think Pat and Robin are the ones that had the grandkids that had the experiences when they were little. And they thought they were dreams. She goes, wait, those were real? Oh, look there. Look, you can see the tree in the background. You see it? Oh my gosh. You see it behind it.
Okay, I just sent that to you.
Okay.
Now that is the Pyrenees. I took that. She was looking at something by the fence. And I snapped it and I got that. You can see the outline of his body. I mean, it's a Bigfoot. He has no neck.
Oh, yeah.
And
Right
I used my night vision on my phone. I think that's the only reason I got it. It's a pretty good app. Robin, she was out front and she was using a FLIR camera and she got a picture of a ghost.
Oh, the FLIR, using the FLIR camera?
Yeah. You want to see it?
Yeah, we'd love visual aids. Squatch in Indiana says Robin and Pat have so much activity. Probably Squatches. Yeah, hey, Squatch in Indiana, that's exactly what I thought whenever it was happening. And last weekend I did a sort of a semi-serious ghost hunt at a local area, and all my footage got messed up, and I had the awfulest time getting stuff. I had the awfulest time getting things to upload, and it made me mad at first, but then I realized, this is exactly what you want. You want paranormal activity. You want something tangible, or tangible as it gets.
Okay, I just sent it to you. Now,
right, stand by. You can go ahead and explain it.
She's got a bun, and it's got puffy, sleeves. You see?
Yeah, it looks like a old woman standing there.
Yeah, but she wasn't standing there when she was using the camera.
Yeah, that looks almost like a turn of the century lady.
Yeah,
that's first thing I saw.
Really weird, huh?
So is that your FLIR camera you're using?
Yeah, somebody sent it to Robin, and it's quite a.
Those things aren't
pretty
cheap.
Expensive.
That's a piece of equipment.
I'm gonna send you.
Those FLIR. The next thing you need is SLS to sit out there. I wonder if a cloaking Bigfoot would be picked up on an SLS camera. The kind that show the outline.
I sent you something else.
All right. here. Oh shit. Is this it here? It's kind of crazy.
That's taken in Indiana. And my whole Bigfoot odyssey started right there. It was in Leesburg, Indiana, and I had no idea what I was really getting myself into. And there was a friend that he investigated like Bigfoot sightings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he contacted this lady, and he went over there and he says, yeah, she's got some activity. I mean, I'm just like, I'm not into this stuff. I thought it was kind of fascinating. I never done something like that before. I said, well, hey, this is an opportunity. I'll go over there and I'll see what I see. Maybe I'll see something.
I know how you feel.
So I went over there. Well, I called her first, and she says, yeah, you can come over. I think it was every other weekend or something like that. I don't blame her. I mean, I wouldn't want everybody coming over, but she used to call me a Bigfoot magnet. But anyway, the first time that we were at her place, she had a off-site place where she went to, and where she claimed that she saw a Bigfoot. And I believe her 100%. Anyway, we got there. This is the first time, and basically there was a dark cloud in the woods. It was moving up in the woods. I asked her if she saw it, and she said yes. So both of us saw it, and then it was gone. Now, her husband was a total skeptic, and he didn't see anything. I mean, he just didn't want to believe it. He thought it was hogwash. He went with us anyway. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to see something. Maybe it was from Missouri, show me state, But basically, the second or third time I was there, this kind of really hit the mark for me. I told the two, and the husband came along as well. I told him, I said, let me go up by myself. I'd like to try different stuff, So I went up by myself, and I went in the woods, and there's like a circular path, and it arrives right back to where you started. Well, I went on the circular path, and then I came around, and I saw this huge black hole on my right-hand side. And for the life of me, I'm pretty sure it was a portal. But then I didn't know. I mean, I didn't even know what a portal was.
And it was like a black hole, you said, like swirling?
I was trying to move out of its way. And then I noticed, and I saw this. I don't know if I saw it in my mind or something shoot ahead and appear on the road ahead. And then it was there. Quicker than it was there, it was gone. So, the place had a lot of Bigfoot. I think there's a lot of darkness in the area that she was. I saw some dark things. I was up at a washout in that area. You go up a hill and you walk up, and then you go up and you're at the top, and then you look down, and that's the washout. When it rains, all the water just comes out, and of course it washes everything down. Well, I was there, and I saw something. Now, just picture yourself as I see you in your whole body, but your
Mhm.
whole body it's sort of like that picture. You're black. Okay, you're totally blacked out. You can't see any features, but you can see them moving. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking it was a little Bigfoot. I think a lot of them don't have the cloaking down yet. But
Mhm.
anyway, I watched him. I watched him walk. I watched him climb down, and then I watched him go on down the washout. I didn't follow him. You know, you don't want to follow a little kid and the mother Bigfoot kind of waiting around
Yeah.
the corner for you.
Like a bear cub
Not a very
almost.
good idea. But that's how my whole thing started. I met my wife, Robin, through. I called her actually, and the guy that knew the woman, he asked Robin
Mhm.
if she could talk to me about all this stuff. Well, she started talking to me about all this stuff, and it was like, holy Toledo, are you kidding me? Portals,
Oh yeah.
ET, and I'm sitting there. You know, I believe sci-fi, but reality bites. And but since then, well, my wife, she when I first started doing this stuff, she helped me out immensely. I mean, she helps a lot of people out, and she does what she did to me to other people as well. She's very good at what she does, and I love her very much. And she is just a fantastic human being. I'm telling
Oh
you.
yeah. She was a joy to have on the show. I think we talked for
She's
2
just
hours.
fantastic.
Now,
She's
did
a
she have her
fantastic
experiences
human being.
before she met you?
What's that?
Did she have all her experiences before? Was she having them before she met you, or
Yeah,
did you?
I think it's like
I
when
can't
she
remember
was
what she told
4.
me.
She
That's
told
right.
me
It
A
was
story
young.
where,
Yeah.
about the ETs and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, I subsequently after, we got married and stuff like that, and there is just so I thought about taking a journal down. I gave up because there was so much stuff. You just couldn't write it all down. I mean, that's all you'd be. I figured that's all I'd be doing is writing. I mean, I thought about a
Mm.
book. I don't have time to write a book. Everybody says, my friend Josh, you need to write a book. Well, when am I going to? We're spinning again. Okay, so
Yeah.
uh, we in our house and stuff. You mentioned that it was the farm. Not really a
Yeah.
farm. Paranormal hot zone. Uh,
The hot spot.
We got UFOs, um, Bigfoot, Dogman. I mean, ETs. I mean, seems like they all congregate here. I came home on midnight one night and I called the sports model. There it is, right up there.
Hmm.
Just could not believe it. It was so slick. Nada, no rivets, totally smooth, no joints, just incredible. And
And
it
this was a
just as
spacecraft.
quick as it appeared, it cloaked and it was gone. It didn't speed off, it cloaked. But I've both of us have seen this. We've woken up and saw. The only best way to describe it is um, defense shield or something. They were honeycomb octagon shapes, hundreds of them, all over the wall and ceiling. I mean, the only thing, maybe a force shield.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing we've really come to grips with, maybe what it was.
And it was a spacecraft you saw in the yard. Sorry.
What's that?
A spacecraft you saw in the yard, the sports model?
It was above the garage.
Mm-hmm.
It hovered, it's the same area where the Bigfoot, you got the picture, but
Mm-hmm.
it's much higher. I looked up and there it was. And it was above the pine trees. And just incredible sight to see.
I bet. You said it just didn't make any sound or give off any heat or anything like
No,
that?
not one bit of sound. Not one.
Robin says dog men are interdimensional. I believe it because they are wild. They saw the dog men playing poker out at Skinwalker. That freaked me out when I heard about that. Kassoon says Bob Lazar is sports model.
No, I don't think it was Bob Lazar's or
his would have been a Honda.
This thing was this I couldn't. It's so cool to look at.
Have you seen the video that UFO coming right by the 747 windshield?
No, I haven't.
That's in my mind. It's like you said, no rivets, no nothing.
Yeah, if it's got rivets and stuff, it's usually man-made, or the seams and stuff like that. According to on those shows, I think it's Above Majestic or something like that. When they first started using spaceships and doing that, they used submarines.
They started making them out of submarines?
Yeah, the spaceships, when they first started.
That makes sense. It's the only thing they had to look like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be underwater anyway.
Yeah, and they were watertight. Yeah.
Yeah, watertight. Airtight.
Seemed like Squatch in Indiana saw a... did you see the UFO or the dogmen squatching Indiana? It doesn't matter. Either way, it's kind of cool. Tell me about that portal you saw that you thought you saw, the black hole. What exactly did it have going for it?
I seen one at work as well.
Really?
Okay. I work in a warehouse. I didn't realize it was a portal until probably weeks later. I was sitting there, well, God, that was a portal. What I saw was it was a round, black shape, and it showed up. I just saw it, and then it was gone. This one that I saw in Leesburg was totally black, and it moved with me. Now, my wife says if I'm lucky to be still here, because I could have easily stepped into the thing and been gone forever.
Yep. Or get some kind of debilitating disease.
Some of the disappearances happen because of that.
Yeah, some of the David Paulides ones.
Yeah, portals and stuff like that.
I've had one story on here where a man who does a lot of research, Glenn Jackson, sports cat, friend of the show, I co-host his other show with him. He had two researchers walk into a portal and walk back out, and they both died in a few years.
Yeah,
they both got cancer.
Our bodies are not made to go in a portal. I mean, it could be a higher vibrational thing. I mean, maybe that's why they died. I mean, the different vibration frequency.
They got real sick.
Variation.
They got real sick all at once.
What's that?
They both got real sick all at once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got
radiation
cancer.
Or?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Something like that. I mean, it happened like the time frame was just a few months, and they were both gone. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
It happened in Alabama.
Oh, wow.
Hmm. I don't know their names, but yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that also reminds me of how I don't recommend anybody approach a UFO, a landed UFO. I don't think it goes well for medical reasons. You'd probably get some kind of radiation or something.
Yeah, you don't tell what's coming off of them things.
Probably a good idea.
Was there any heat or anything associated with the portal, or smells or anything?
No, all I did was see it. It's black, and I'd say it's probably about 7.5 feet tall,
Mm-hmm.
and it was moving with me. And after whatever came out of it, it was gone, and then something appeared on the road ahead.
Okay. What appeared in the road ahead? Was it like a being, or
The only way I could describe it, it was shaped like a parrot. Whatever being it was, they were shaped like a parrot.
really? So it's
I have no idea.
Almost bell shaped.
That's the only thing I can say, that I can describe. But, talking about, the paranormal stuff in our house, and this one time I'm out in the garage, and I still think about this event to this day. I mean, I had no idea what it was. A probe, I don't know. So I would power wash our garage. Well, anyway, I was doing that, and I was on the opposite end of the garage. And then I turned around and I saw a walking box. Now,
really,
that's the only way I can describe it. An undulating walking box. So it covered from where it was to the back of the dryer in record speed. It must have either kind of phased in or did a time warp or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it was yellow in a box, and it was undulating and walking. I consider it walking toward the dryer. So I took my pressure washer and I blasted the heck out of it, and there was nothing there. I mean, I don't imagine things or hallucinate or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're involved in stuff like this, there is so many weird things in the rabbit hole that it's just incredible, the amount of stuff that you see and experience.
So it just disappeared as soon as you tried to spray it.
Well, I went behind the dryer, and I went over there and I started spraying, and I looked behind the dryer, it's gone. I don't know what it was.
I mean, was it just like 3 or 4 feet tall? Just short?
No, it's a little box. It's about 10, 12 inches tall. And it wasn't a bat. If it was a bat, it would have flown away. But it kind of had this undulating and toward the dryer, and it just disappeared.
Man, so it was like the size of a shoebox coming towards you then.
Not really a shoe. It was smaller than that.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. That is kind of creepy. It reminds me of the robots from Interstellar, kind of. Lars.
Oh,
Yeah.
If there's anything on the internet about those, that's some kind of. I shouldn't search for box on the internet.
I had a question about Bigfoot for you, Pat. So since Bigfoot are reported everywhere in the world, are they like Okay, like here's an example. Like humans. Okay, humans are reported all over the world. We come in all shapes and sizes, colors, attitudes, dispositions. Yet we're all one species. You know, we are one species. We could all interbreed with each other. So, is it the same with Bigfoot? Are there different species of Bigfoot, or is it just one species of organism or of life form? Let's call it.
The Bigfoot, it's just like us, a melting pot. They're different. They're good, bad. They're different, different looking ones. Different clans, different heights, just like us. I mean, just a whole slew of different people, and they are people. And they bury their dead. Their kids are mischievous, just like our teenagers. They laugh, they cry, they get sick, and they're just like us. They're a human hybrid.
Interesting.
That can pop in and out of the dimensions.
Yeah, that's the thing, is they're a human hybrid, but they have these kind of slick abilities.
Yeah.
Really
I wish we had some of those. Like, why do the naked hairy ones get them and we don't?
The thing is I believe, me and my wife believe that everybody has these abilities, but in somewhere back and whenever, either they were taken from us, or basically what they do is they've been putting stuff in the food and stuff that deadens the abilities of people. You see what I'm saying? And
I definitely believe something along those lines. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, they'll put something in the food and it deadens the ability. They don't, the powers to be don't want anybody to have telepathy. Telepathy is a no-no for them, because basically it'd be totally out of their control when people don't have to open their mouths and they can communicate through telepathy. And that would probably be the end of whatever this government in the world that we have.
Deep state
or whatever, would be the end, because there's no way they can compete with people that can communicate mentally with each other. I mean, there's just no way.
Going back to what you answered about the Bigfoot, you said Bigfoot are a hybrid of humans. So what came first? Did humans come first, and then human DNA was mixed with something to make the Bigfoot? I mean, which came first, humans or the Bigfoot?
That's like what came first, the chicken or the egg? I really can't answer that. All I know is what they said is they're from the star people and they're part human.
Okay. Interesting.
Maybe the star people seeded us as well and made it.
Oh, maybe that's possible.
Yeah, you never know. Squatchin has a question for you. Didn't they just have a movie on this, Chaos Walking?
I heard of that movie. Yeah.
Got so many movies to watch. Every time I do a podcast, you people give me more movies to watch. If anybody has a good sci-fi or show I need to start watching, let me know, because I just ran out of shows to watch and I'm in a show hole. Chaos Walking trailer.
Yeah, that movie. It's got Tom Holland, who's playing Spider-Man right now, and it's got Daisy. It has got Daisy Ridley, who played Rey in the horrible Star Wars movies that just finished up the trilogy. But yeah, I think in that movie you could see people's thoughts, like in front of, or you could hear their thoughts. Basically, everybody's telepathic.
Yeah, like telepathy.
And there's a dog.
I mean, like there'll be times. I remember this one time I was driving, and I would be hearing these like random thoughts, and I knew it was from other people. Be having conversations and stuff like that, and pick up different thoughts and stuff like that. Not all the time, but sometimes I do.
Now, if would you consider your house like an area haunted? Like, do you see that sort of paranormal things, or is just like the portal kind of paranormal things? Like the dog man, bear. You know how you see, you've got like a hotbed, like a paranormal hotbed. I mean, do you see like ghosts, or is it just like the dog man?
We got ghosts, Bigfoot. See, along with the Bigfoot, they come through portals and stuff like that, and some of the dogmen. And when they come, other stuff follows. And so we've got pictures of ETs, the ghost, the Bigfoot. We have pictures of dogmen, pretty good ones. And I could send you one if you want. You want to see it?
Sure. I'm so like lightly fascinated by dog men because I kind of pushed them away when I got into the Bigfoot thing. Like, don't talk to me about those. I want to talk about Bigfoot. But so far, they sort of like everybody that sees one sees the other. Let's see here. Got another squatching. They're trying to miscommunicate things, make you not believe this stuff. Yep. I've always wondered why people in the Bible saw and talked to everything paranormal, but we haven't in like hundreds of years. Where did our supernatural talking go? Where's our burning bush? Is it called the fluoride? Is it the fluoride?
Probably a mixture of some kind of chemical compound, plus our culture. Our culture is tension. Because I feel like back in the day, literally you would just watch the fire, the campfire. That's all you had to watch. Was maybe the stars, the campfire. You would orally tell stories. Now, I mean, I'm not proud of it, but I am addicted to my cell phone. I just watch stupid videos all day, and that's not going to help me be telepathic at all.
I'm going to have to stop like looking at social media accounts for fun. Maybe just to share things from this show.
Yeah, I think I might take a break actually. Like take a few days, at least a week, where I'm just not even online at all. Just touching grass outside instead.
Bob. Now, on this one, I was sitting at the table one day, and I saw this outside. I looked at it physically, and I couldn't. It was just so hard to describe what was happening, and it was just. It almost looked like a big porcupine, but I know it wasn't. And I'm pretty sure it was Mawaka, one of the Bigfoot. But anyway, she was there, and then you look again, and she's gone.
Okay. Was I showing the wrong one?
And then I sent you another one.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, that is my wife got him to, show up. She came out of the house, and he was like talking to her, you do telepathy and stuff like that. And I think he said he wanted to have his picture taken or something like that. And my wife says, well, all you guys always say that. Now, if you don't do that, then I'm going to be upset. Well, she took the picture, and there he is. It's a dogman. He's about 25 to 30 feet up on a tree.
Is that it right there?
Yeah, it's him.
Okay. Let me download it and zoom in on it. The old dog men. What kind of dog breeds do they resemble? Is it all German Shepherds, or what kind of dog breeds do they resemble? Is it all?
No, a friend of ours. She saw two dogmen, and kind of looks like looks like Wile E. Coyote almost.
You can almost see the ears there.
Yeah, you can see those. Yeah, you can see the ears, the snout, his face.
I bet they can't. I bet they can't not mess with cameras.
Now what?
I bet they can't. I bet they don't have the ability to not mess with cameras. I bet it's just in their frequency.
They can mess with the digital ones.
Yeah, I bet they can't turn it off. I bet they can't stop doing it.
I don't know. They can do a lot with the electronics.
Yeah, but it just seems like no matter even if like you said, take my picture and he stands still, it still has some kind of something going on with it, no matter what. That's so frustrating. They always have to do something.
Well, the thing is I'm surprised I got the picture on the side of the garage, just totally shocked. I mean, usually it's like, I'll go out in the front, and what I'll do is I'll just sit on the porch like during the day or something like that, if I don't have anything to do. So I'll go out and I'll take a picture, I'll snap it, and then I got my little app, and then I'll coordinate where I see something on the photo to reality right out front. And every single time you see something, it's not there. So they, they're cloaking, it's obvious. And I had, let me tell you, I have another, I was out, like, it was almost dusk, and I was out by our tree and out front, and I snapped a picture, and I think it's a dogman peeking from behind the tree. And I think the only reason I got it, because I think he thought it was getting too dark out. Pretty good picture.
Yeah, that one actually had you can actually see the ears to it.
Yeah.
Is it like climbed up the tree, or is it a?
Yeah, it climbed up the tree.
Always fascinated. I really. I was going to ask another question. I got sidetracked. I really want to go to some place like your place. I keep calling it a farm. Any place over 3 acres to me is a farm for some reason. But
we're like a see area.
Yeah.
We only have what we own is maybe less than an acre, and everybody else owns the rest. But I mean, you can still go out there and stuff. But the thing about up here is we haven't been in the woods since we've been here. There are so many poisonous snakes that it's not worth going out and getting bit.
There's a lot of them. I'm in North Alabama. We have plenty of them.
Yeah, I mean, you understand. I mean, we just don't go in the woods. I don't even want to
big rattlesnake last weekend.
Yeah. I mean,
used to it, bro. I've lived down here my entire life, so you carry a shotgun or a stick with you.
Yeah, we're in Michigan, and I mean, they got snakes up there, but God, not the amount that are down here. It's just like, good grief. I mean, they're crawling on the roads, and we're running them over. I mean, that's one less snake, I guess.
Are you close to the coast or are you closer to the Smokies?
What's that?
Closer to Georgia. Are you close to the coast or are you closer to Georgia or like to Augusta?
Yeah, I think more toward Augusta.
Okay, you're farther west then. I was gonna say it gets crazier close to the coast. Stuff starts turning into beach venomous snakes. You got black bear too.
Oh yeah.
Up in East North Carolina, they got the red wolf that runs up there. I didn't see one, but there were signs everywhere: endangered red wolves. We went kayaking through an island. They had them on it. Didn't see one. Squatching says, "See a big stick." You got to have a green stick for a snake. You can't just have a big stick. You got to get one and take the leaves off of it. It's about 5 foot long, about as big as your thumb, and whoop it across the back. Called green stick technology. I don't want to talk about killing snakes around wild trees. That'll get bad. I thought I had some more questions.
That's your business if you want to kill a snake.
I'm not killing. But I'll have to kill a cottonmouth. What is with this echo? Thought I had some more questions. What is with the echo? Come on. Anybody else got anything in the comments? Anybody out there want to chime in, ask some questions? Why am I hearing myself? Guys, watching 5-inch open. Can you still hear me over there, Pat?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
I'm talking to myself.
To see if there's any questions.
Yeah, we're going through. It's all squatching over here. I think it was just his show. We were just in it. Oh, we got Kasan Lee. He is from Sri Lanka, and he just took a medical test a couple weeks ago. I need to find out if he passed or not. Kasan, did you pass your medical test or your test? MTSC. I told him I promised I would stop thinking Sri Lanka was the same as Madagascar. I'll stop making move it jokes. See, we say how to go to the top here. I got some more. We got Robin. We all know her. Did Pat get his lawnmower fixed?
Not yet. I've run into another some more issues. I got to figure that one out. I mean, I've got it back together. I got the blades on. I got the deck on. This is something that I have to look up that I didn't account for when I put the thing back together. So
you left a part out. That's amazing. I said you left a part out.
I should have took a picture of the darn thing before I.
That's classic. It's going to be turned into this old house before you know it. Let's see, we got the Hunting Fiend. I think he's one of our friends here. This is Yukon with Squatching, Indiana. Heard a lot about you, Pat, from Who Billy.
Who's Who Billy?
I think it's, yeah, who is Who Billy? I think it's Squatching, Indiana.
Oh.
I think. I've talked to like 4 different people today that I've met, and I can't remember any of them. I know I've met Squatching, Indiana. I know I've met Southern Fried Paranormal. And the hunting fiend, you're going to come on the show as well. I don't know why, but you should.
Yukon. Okay, yeah.
Squatchin saw one in 1996. He got about 10 foot from him. Hair matted all over. Now about their face, are their face all human, or does some have monkey faces? Just thinking off the top of my head here.
My wife says there's one we call Shadow, and she says he looks completely human, like in the face and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But he has this white hair all over him. But it's just a different variation of, some are like that, and some look like a gorilla, and some don't. Some are more human, and it's just a whole mixture of different people.
Yeah, I mean, some people look different than other people, obviously. Different facial structures.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you got different people that have kids just like us, and they turn out like the parents.
I wonder if they migrated at all, like from Siberia, like the people did, or if they were always here, like horses were here, then they went extinct. And
the Bigfoot are all over
the
world.
I'm just wondering where they started, or if they were dropped off by aliens. You never know. There's Latoya's new here. I thought I knew who Latoya was. I thought I worked with her. Wendell Mosley, he has a crazy Bigfoot story. And he saw Black Panthers, or Panthers. What else we got here? Yukon, urban squatching. So I had a guy from the UK, from England, say he had Sasquatch outside of his apartment there. And that England's all built up. So that's crazy. Were you on that one, Wild Trees, with the Russ, not Russ Collette, but the other guy who had the infrasound? Wherever he went, the Sasquatch followed him. That was wild. I thought he had a brain tumor, but apparently he got x-rayed. I don't know. What else we got here? Who Billy and I found raccoon turned inside out and eaten on, and I have had dirt thrown at my back and window, had a tree broken in daylight hours, had a lot of activity in the woods behind me. An inside out raccoon. I think the Sasquatch are using that as a fleshlight. Don't know what to think about there. We got folded inside out. Ugh. Skull and legs. Bones are still there. The rest of the skeleton was gone. Rob and Pat have a lot of activity. They certainly do. I don't know if I could stand to live there. Cassoon. Have you ever heard a Bigfoot scream? Squatching, Indiana. Heard one. Elaborate on that, Squatching. Heard one call someone's name.
Yeah, I heard they could mimic people's voices.
Yeah, that's getting over there in the Skinwalker area there. Greg Yost. I got to get Greg Yost on here. I've heard a lot of Greg Yost. Oh, there went Pat.
I think we did an interview with him on Black Lotus.
You did. He's one of the bigger names. But I kind of think I got too big for my britches getting all these guests so quick. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal. I can go back and get them again, but I wish I had you know how like a gear works? How the smaller the gear, the faster it turns, but it doesn't get as far.
Yeah.
I think that's how my show is right now. I got a bunch of little gears turning fast, but not getting me as far. I think when I get more subs, more followers, the bigger guests will get me farther. Right now, it's just like, oh well. It's very frustrating.
How many on average? How many subscribers are you getting per month, I guess, or per week? How are you keeping track of your
I get
growth?
30 plus a month.
Okay, that's pretty good.
It was down to 20, and lately it's been over 30. So the ratio is going up. I'm not discouraged or anything.
What about your watch?
The watch time, it's going up.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting. I like to analyze things and set goals and know where I'm going. And so it's kind of fun in that respect, in that regard, because you can sit and figure out what to do and what not to do. I've realized that the Bigfoot shows get more views than any other shows, no matter what. The Bigfoot people will follow you. Paranormal people are there too. Here's Pat again. I'm just saying. Like this episode here is blowing up. I've gotten 5 subscribers from this thing alone.
Nice.
We got Pat back. Of course, the McCrays are Bigfoot legends. So you put a McCray on, they're like the George Lucas of Bigfoot lore.
I'd like to plug my channel too. If the Bigfoot people are interested, I've interviewed a lot of people about Bigfoot on my channel. There's a playlist. There's a playlist called Bigfoot. If you go to my channel, and my #1 video right now is with Fred Roll from Alaskan subarctic Alaska Sasquatch.
That was a good episode too, by the way.
Thank you. With a lot of my Bigfoot interviews, what I do is I usually put up satellite imagery of the sighting as well, so you could kind of get a better idea. And what I've noticed is that a lot of these Bigfoot sorry, my phone keeps acting weird. What I noticed with a lot of these Bigfoot sightings, when I fly over them and I show satellite imagery, it's always like an ocean of green. It's always in these like super green areas. I mean, that's a very interesting trend. I mean, it makes sense, of course. But yeah, if you just type in biologist wild trees, you could see a lot of interviews I've done with UFO people, but definitely Bigfoot people. I have, and Bobby's in a lot of those episodes as well.
It's also in the description.
Oh, cool. There you go. Thank you.
Yep. There's Pat Sealand fan.
All right.
That's all right. One time I was doing an interview with somebody in Maine back when it was 1 degree outside, and his whole community lost power. And I thought I was just going to end the podcast, but I started getting all these comments. Ended up talking for an hour just from the comments, having a conversation with people. It was crazy. I wasn't going to stop. I mean, they were just having a good time. Do you know Squatch and Holler, Pat? He sends you pics to scare the crap out of. You send him pics to scare the crap out of him. I bet that 12-foot tall one was the one we were talking about.
Watch and Holler. That's
yeah. I can't think of his name.
There was one. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who
Roger
that
Williams.
is.
Oh, Roger Williams. Yeah. Shit. You know, he's from Red Media. Red
Mafia or something like that.
Yeah. Red Creek Mafia.
Red Creek Mafia.
Come on. I'm off my game today. I had tacos before I did this, and I think it's throwing me for a loop. There was a taco truck came to our neighborhood, parked right in front of my house, so I was killing some tacos. If you can ever have a taco truck in front of your house, I highly recommend it. Oh, it was amazing. I had a chorizo burrito.
Nice.
And the people didn't speak English, so you know it's good.
Oh yeah.
Donde está? I asked for El Pastor or spicy pork, and she's like, spicy pork? What? They're like, what is that? I got chorizo. Oh, they were good.
Tacos.
Oh yeah, but the chips. Wild Trees is Hispanic, just for the backstory. So I like to bounce off my questions from him. But you know the chips. Some chips are like Tostitos, regular flat chips like you get at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And then some chips are like sopapillas.
Yes.
I just what are those called? The ones that are like sopapillas, like little sopapillas.
Are they that sweet? They're
corn. They taste like a chip, but they have that layering like a sopapilla does.
Oh damn. Okay.
Sopapillas are sweet. That's what they put in front of you with the sombrero. But it's like 3 chips in one. That's what these places had.
Damn, I don't know. I'm kind of. I mean, it sounds awesome, but I'm kind of struggling to see if I've ever had something like that.
Yeah, it's different. It's like some, you usually go to a Mexican place, you get a really, really thin, crispy. They're kind of like a really souped up Tostito.
Yes.
But there's some places you go and their chips are just like it's like I guess they're just made, probably homemade. Oh, chicharrones. They're probably better for you. You know what I mean? I'm like, these are trash. Where's my American chips? I want the kind I can eat 1,700 in 5 seconds. I love chicharrones. Well, we may wrap it up. I'm starting to ramble and read comments, so I thought that was Roger Williams that said he married a Honduran woman. Yeah, wouldn't it? So
No, it's Western Indiana.
Honduras. Wasn't that where the witch was from in the Crucible?
Wow.
Let's just defend some more nationalities while we're going.
Honduras just lost to Mexico.
And about the Jews. No, I mentioned I liked chorizo.
Yeah, it is good.
I thought I had a new one. All right. Well, Pat, thanks for being on. Sorry for all the audio issues early on. I think that happens whenever you're dealing with interdimensional creatures and you're going to start talking and diming them out. Oh, just as I wrap it up. Yeah, it's not the first time. It's almost expected. Indiana wants to know how old your house is.
Oh, here?
Yep.
1980s, I think. Something like that. It was made, created, built.
No, 85. All right. I don't know why I asked that. Oh. Roger said he just cooked some chorizo. Well, all right, fellas. I think we're going to wrap it up. Thanks, everybody, for being on. Thanks, Wild Trees, for getting there.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, Pat, for being here. Nice meeting you. I'd love to talk to you some more. Also, thank you to one person who subscribed. Thank you. I appreciate it, person.
Got a sub. Subscribe to Wild Trees channel. It's in the description. Pat, do you have a website or a YouTube channel? I tried to find it, but I didn't.
No, I don't have anything like that. I don't really have time to create anything. If anybody wants to get a hold of us, just do it on PM me, private message me on Facebook or Robin. So.
Yeah, they generally respond too, like surprisingly fast. You're like, oh crap, now what do I say? That's what happened. That's what happened to me when I first reached out to Robin. I got one right back. Yeah, I'll be on. Oh no, now I got to go find my calendar. Usually I do that kind of thing, and I'll wait, and they'll message me in a day or so, and I'll have time to get with it. But some people I'm like, well, apparently you're nicer than I would have been if I was at that level. Good night, Sasquatchin. See you later, everybody. Let's go to the outro music.
Coffee Zone.
Yep. You're part of my initial experiment with these new graphics.